Welcome back to Drop an Anchor Podcast. I'm Dr. Ellen.
And I'm Foxy.
And today we are happy to be with you
to dive into topics with a little Dr. Ellen energy and Foxy flavor. But before we get into our topics, I want to make a shout out to Destiny Cloud Sessions for having us here in the studio. If you guys are looking to do a podcast, we're going to drop the information below. And also, please take a moment to like, subscribe, so that way you will not miss an episode. I mean, our intention is to drop an episode weekly, but you won't know it if you don't have those post notifications on.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about what?
You know what? Last time we said we would come back and talk about fear.
Okay.
Irrational fears and how to get through those. We talked a lot about the fact that both of us sitting in front of that camera, we were conquering a major fear. Kudos to us.
Thank you.
Right?
And if you guys haven't seen that episode, please make sure that you go check it out.
So today, we promised you we give you some techniques, and we're going to give you one.
Okay.
Can we talk about one today?
We can talk about one today because I think that one, if it's what I think it is, it's going to help. So,
well, I just told you to do it before we started.
Exactly,
so.
and it helps. So.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about box breathing. So I will walk you through the process. Box breathing, we are going to breathe in for 4. We're going to hold for 4. We're going to breathe out for 4, and we'll do that 4 times. Now, this will help you to reduce anxiety in the moment that something is happening. It's something you could do right away. Take about 30 seconds, and you're good.
Can I cross my legs and hold my...
Oh,
no,
Lord.
you're ready. Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay,
ready?
So why don't we try it? So ready? Go. You don't follow instructions.
You said,
let's try it again.
I thought you said breathe in for 4.
Breathe in for 4, hold for 4,
I forgot.
release for 4.
Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. Ready?
Go.
I did it right that time.
Number 2. In. Hold. Release. 3. In. Hold. Release. Last time. In. Hold. Release.
Ooh.
How's that feel?
I feel like I feel a little refreshed. A little lightheaded too, but
so as a part of the process that we introduced last time, the process of A.R.T, Awaken, Restore, Transform. To remind you, Awaken is just acknowledging that there's an issue, something that you need to conquer. We call that an anchor. We want to drop that so that you can move forward and be successful in whatever endeavor that you're trying to achieve. And the R is restore, and that is a part of it. The box breathing will help you to restore your energy, help you to balance yourself out so that you can move forward. And of course, transformation comes after we do all of that.
All of it.
So with consistent work, we see transformation.
And the crazy thing is that actually ties right into what today's topic is supposed to be, which is self-confidence.
Oh my gosh.
Building confidence. You have to be able to tackle that fear.
Exactly.
And use the tips that you like the box breathing to help you build that confidence and tackle the fear so you can go out and do what you got to do.
Because the goal is to release whatever is triggering that fear. And we know that anytime we're dealing with phobias, it's an irrational fear. Of course, we're not talking about the natural fear of whatever it may be, the threat of danger. We're not talking about that.
Right.
We're talking about a fear that really seems to have no cause.
Okay.
We're like, if you are afraid of flying, but you've never been on a plane. Where did that come from? How did that get into your psyche?
And that's when you have the anxiety and the pit in your stomach, that feeling in your stomach. And then that's when you can do techniques like the box breathing to help release that. So that way you can get on that plane and you feel a lot better, but we're doing so a little bit more confident in doing so. There you go.
So Throughout the podcast and future podcasts, we will introduce other techniques that you can use to help. And we'll have some little blurbs that you can refer to, some homework that you can refer to if you're really going through something and you're trying to get over it. And then we're here to help you walk through it. So that is just one technique that we introduced today. And I think we're going to roll on into doing self-confidence.
All right. So what exactly is self-confidence to you?
So that is your belief in yourself,
Okay.
and your knowledge, skill, and abilities, and your ability to complete tasks or reach your goals. Mm-hmm. So it's basically feeling good about yourself.
So I can honestly say that for a very long time, I didn't have any of that. I mean, I still struggle with that actually to this day, but I'm a little bit further along in my journey or what have you. But
Nobody would know that looking on the outside, so you hide it well.
Okay, so then maybe it's because of the techniques that I use make it appear as if I'm very confident,
Right.
but inside it's not that way. Like for a long period of time, I was the fat girl. You know what I'm saying? So
Can you believe that?
So inside, I was always not confident about anything that I did because I always felt that people were going to look at me and be like, that's the fat girl,
right,
or what have you. And then there's so many things like, even when I first started my social media page, I wasn't confident about that either because I didn't feel like it was the perfect shot or you could see the blotches on my face or my smile wasn't or my hair wasn't. It just wasn't a confident feeling at all. And it got to the point where I had to realize at some point, confidence is more about my intention.
It's internal though.
Yeah, it's I need to stop focusing on the outcome and focus on my intent. My intent is to get online and kill it. My intent is to come on the screen and do this video and show you and help somebody. If I can help one person, it's not about being the beauty queen or it's not about winning the show at the end. It's the intent behind the purpose,
But those are the things we've been fed, right? The images we see all the time, the perfect girl, all of this stuff. I think that's what gets in a lot of people's way. That's why a lot of people feel like body shaming and things like that. We don't know how to see the beauty in every human. Every human is born perfect. Why? Because they were created, in the likeness of the Creator. So they are perfectly imperfect.
Exactly.
But we do not know how to accept that because we've been fed the myth that this image represents
what it's supposed to look like,
perfection.
right.
And
I remember for a long time, I was like, I felt like I never felt beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like you see these women out here.
What's beautiful?
Man, I thought that I had a certain idea in my head what beautiful was. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Since we're being transparent here, I always thought that you were beautiful. I always felt like you were the type of person, you had pretty hair, you had pretty skin. You could just roll over and I'm ready to go. It was going to take me about an hour. And I'm going to need to get ready for this.
I felt like the ugly duckling.
See
how that works?
That is crazy, right?
Because I used to get to, you have big lips or you have your ears or whatever. And I felt myself always trying to modify my look. Oh, I'm going to be a model because, I'm going to wear this makeup. I'm going to do all that.
About what other people.
To this day, now, I don't wear makeup. Camera.
Right.
That's different. But on a day-to-day, I am going to roll over and keep it pushing. You know what I mean?
But that's the difference is that I guess we figure out that who cares what other people think.
Right.
It's about how you feel inside. Right.
But it takes a long time to get there when you've been fed all these false images.
Right.
And that's what you see. And I'm sorry, social media, but you are guilty of doing that. I'm sorry, body shaming. I'm sorry, everybody who is modifying their bodies. Now, don't get me wrong. You can modify your body, but I'm hoping that you're doing it for self. You're not doing it because you saw somebody who you think looks better than you.
Well, I can attest to that because I've had a tummy tuck. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have a tummy tuck because social media said that I needed a flat stomach. I had a tummy tuck because I took the time to lose 30 pounds on my own, working hard and going to the gym and doing all the things that I needed to do. And then I had that loose skin. And for me, I wasn't comfortable with that.
Right.
I don't really care what anybody else think. For me, I wasn't comfortable with that. But I don't feel like I took the shortcut to
Right.
cut the fat, and this said, no, I did the work.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, for me to be confident in my
Right.
own skin, we're going to go ahead and cut that extra skin off.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what the procedures are for.
Mm-hmm.
But you find that when people don't do it for the right reasons, they continue to do it. And then it becomes dangerous.
That is true.
And so
I've
that's
seen
where
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's where we don't want you to get to. We want you to have that self-confidence so that anything that you do is based on your ability to make yourself better
Exactly.
in a way that it's not detrimental to your health. And so that you could just show up and shine. So you're going to enhance, we'll use that word, as
Okay.
opposed to modify. We'll enhance the beauty that you already have,
Right.
because it's not something that you were necessarily born with, or you can't do it on your own.
Right.
So again, we just want you to make healthy choices.
For the right reasons.
Exactly. Whatever that may be. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
So if I were to come to you and say, Foxy, uh-oh, I'm going under the knife.
Bitch, I'm going with you. Let's go.
But, okay, so as my sister cousin, would you then, if I said to you, you know what, I'm getting ready to get the badunkadunk or do this, that, and the third, would you be honest enough with me to say you don't need it? Or would you just go with me to the appointment and let's get it done? How?
Now, see, what had happened is I'm not the one that's going to tell you what you need and what you don't need, because I'm not you. And I can't cast my feelings onto you.
Right.
I mean, and actually you asking me a question when it really would be in the reverse roles, because that ain't nothing that you would ever come to say to me, but
Right.
that's something more that I would come and say to you.
Well, I get
You know
it.
what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, if the roles were flipped and it was that way, I would be asking, you know, well, what was your pros and cons? What,
Exactly.
You know, let's talk about the doctors that, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna research you, because if you're gonna do it, then I'm gonna support you with it, because I know, one, that you've already done all of your soul searching, and if you come to this decision, this is really what
Right.
you want to do, and I'm going to support you in that decision, but I'm going to make sure
That it's right.
That it's right,
Because
we're not coming out with a diaper booty. First of all, that's what we're
First
not.
things first, that is an absolute no-no, people. I don't know who told you that looks nice, but
And we want to make
excuse
sure
me.
the legs match.
Yes. So
Okay.
but in all seriousness, though, I mean that's kind of serious because we see that a lot. But I'm just saying, in all seriousness, somebody should step up and make sure that you're good.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, have a support system and don't be afraid. Because to me, if you're afraid to tell somebody about it, then you shouldn't be doing it. Right? Because if it's for the betterment of myself, I can come to you and say, listen, I've done all this work, like you said, and now it's time for me to do something that I can't naturally do on my own to get the actual look that I'm going for. Right?
Right.
But doing all the extra, you would be like,
So first, I'm gonna be like, so how about I put you on a regimen? We're gonna do some
Okay,
squats.
trainer.
We're gonna do
and I
some
don't like you. Because
Keep it
you
real,
are
keep it real.
extra with the training. I'm telling
just
you, if you
saying.
don't know, she
Squat.
is.
Every time you go to the bathroom, squat 10 times first.
See?
That helps.
Why? Who told you that?
All right, no, but seriously, it's we need to focus on the keeping our commitments to ourselves, whatever that looks like for
Absolutely.
you.
So-
And because when you keep the commitments to yourself, you are being reliable, and you are you can depend on your action. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do.
Like,
But-
come on, Dr. Ellen, put my words into format it.
So talking about goal setting,
Okay.
talking about reaching the goals and being committed to them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've done some things to definitely improve your ability to commit, and I commend you on those.
Thank you.
But when you set a goal, I think a lot of the problem is we can't reach the goals because we don't commit.
Right.
We don't create small, actionable steps, things that we can do in real time. So if I said to you, you know what, my goal is to open this business and make $1 million, but I haven't done any of the small steps to get there. You ask me, well, what's the name of your business? I don't know. Well, you have a bank? I don't know. How much money is it going to cost? I don't know. But you're telling me, no, you cannot do that.
No.
So now I've set a goal that I will never achieve because I haven't
You haven't
even
done the work.
started.
Yeah,
I
you
haven't done
work.
the basic work. So that's with anything. So if we're building confidence and boosting our own egos in a positive manner, we still have to set those small, actionable,
The commitments,
goals,
the
the
goals,
commitments, things
and
that we
keep
can
them
take
so that
action
way-
right now.
And that way you deem yourself as trustworthy and you start
Exactly.
believing in yourself. And
Exactly.
then once you have that belief, then you're going to start making the right choices and the right decisions
Exactly.
and the research and putting that forth behind it. And it's not just a thought in the head like, I want to be a millionaire. I want to open up a business.
Because
it's more
now
to
you're
it.
wondering why I can't be a millionaire.
Right.
Because you never took the time or no one helped you or showed you how to do those things.
Right.
So, we're about taking action, and actionable, I like making up words, but I'm just saying that's the new word for today.
Actionable.
Okay. So, but we have to take action to move towards our goals. And it's very important that we set, we don't make our dreams and our goals too big that we can't attain them. So that's probably what I was trying to say, attainable.
Attainable.
But my brain, it
Say
works
actionable.
overtime sometimes. So we're going to say attainable, people.
But that goes back to what I was saying in regards to confidence and building the confidence on your intentions,
Right.
and not the outcome. Because if your outcome is only focused on being a millionaire, once you put forth those actions, and at the end of the day, you're not a millionaire, your
Then there's a
confidence,
problem.
your confidence is going to go way
Exactly.
down because you didn't make it to being a millionaire.
Exactly.
But if you say, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna kill it, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna
Right.
give my best,
Right.
I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, and
Those
then
are
you've
things
done
you
those
can
things,
do in
now
that
you're
moment.
confident because you've accomplished
so
that.
With this video that I do today, I'm going to try to get at least 50 likes. Because you're going from 0 to 50, that's something you could pat yourself on the back for. That's something that you could see in real time, and you can congratulate yourself, and then you go and set a
But
bigger
see,
goal.
and I'm gonna contradict you on that. Okay, I don't even go in and say I want 50 likes. I want to go in and say I just want to be able to help one person.
Right, but that's
I just wanna help
yours.
one
I was just
person.
giving
Yeah.
an example
Yeah.
of something that can be achieved in that moment
But what
with
happens
that
if
one
you don't
thing.
get those 50 likes?
Well, then you go back and you modify.
Okay.
So
what does that look like?
So you have to actually be willing to not succeed
Okay.
and have yourself open enough and say, okay, well, maybe I didn't get 50, but I got 10. Yesterday I had 0.
Because now I'm going to relook at it and say,
Exactly.
so how can I
Oh.
increase that by 10 for the next time?
Exactly.
Right.
So I can build. So I'm just saying, if you know where your momentum lies, so just set something that's realistic for you in that moment, in that time, that you can achieve. So at the end of that action step, you can say, I did it. Or I didn't achieve it. Let me go back and see what happened.
I learned something from it.
Exactly. But people don't do that. We just want to go gung ho. And the way things are now, because everything is immediate, a lot of people fail at reaching their goals because life doesn't work that way. Life is not immediate. No matter what, you have to go back and do the work. So say, for instance, you were lucky enough to reach a major goal, but you didn't take the proper action steps in between that. Guess what? At some point, you're going to have to go back
and do the work.
and do the work. So we just want to encourage everybody to just be realistic about it. Building self-confidence is a process,
Absolutely.
but every step that you take towards reaching your goal of building self-confidence, congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a round of applause, stand in the mirror and just say, yes, I did that.
I did that.
I did that.
So let me ask you this, because now I want to know, like, if you had to give a tip, what would your tip be?
Let me think. So I would say I'm more about celebrating.
Okay. Celebrate your successes.
Yes, celebrating the successes. And even if it's that small thing, just give yourself props and say, you know what? I'm a little further today than I was yesterday.
Before, right.
And write those things down. I have a checklist.
Okay.
And my checklist, okay, go. Uh-oh, I didn't do that. Let me add it to the list tomorrow, right? But you just keep on with the momentum. Don't get discouraged because something didn't turn out the way that you thought it would. Just go back and analyze it and figure out, what could I have done differently? Don't beat yourself up. By no means, do not beat yourself up. Right? Because if you do that, you're doing what everybody else is doing to you. So you just need to stay confident. Whatever level you're at, you're exactly where you're supposed to be at that time, and just keep pushing forward. And hopefully you have a village or a support system that could keep you encouraged. Or if you don't have that, go find some friends. Right, or go find some friends. For you, right? You know, find some friends.
You call the sister cousins, since we gonna be there for you.
You know what? We got you, right? Because that's what it's all about. Come on, people. We are just trying to elevate. We're trying to grow in the most positive, healthy way that we can. And we all know we come with flaws.
Yeah.
A lot
and it's crazy that you say to celebrate success, because the tip that I would give is actually to find something to anchor in that moment. So when you have accomplished something and you're feeling great about that. Like, I have this little move that I do, and I did that shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if I hit my PR in the gym, or if I added an extra 50 pounds on, not 50 pounds, I'm exaggerating.
You play too much.
I'm exaggerating a little bit. But if I added that extra plate and then I was able to hit that, I'm like, So now, sometimes before I do the action, because I know that this means I did that shit, right? So now, before, when I'm looking at this and I'm like, damn, I gotta lift this. Okay, let me do my little confident. And then I go in and I kill it.
Right, because you have already pumped yourself up.
Yeah, so you got to find something, an anchor that brings you back to that confident state. Right. So it's like, when you do that, you know you about to go out there and kill it, right?
Put your music on. Do whatever is necessary. Doll yourself up. You know, whatever it is that feels great for you, whatever makes you feel great, is what you should be doing to make sure that you are reaching your goals, and that you continue to be confident within yourself. Don't rely on anyone else to do it for you. Please, please, please.
So the reason why it's called self-confidence is because it's about oneself. It's not about anybody else. Right. Or it will be called the world confidence, or friends confidence, or, you know what I'm saying? It's called self-confidence for a reason. It's all about you and how you feel, right?
Absolutely. So that's why matter of fact, watching social media, you know, you talked about having that perfect image.
Right.
A lot of times we see people who don't have that perfect image, but they are killing it, right? And you're like, what in the world? I would never be able to do that. I would feel so insecure. Kudos to you.
Right.
Because you have done the work to make sure that you love yourself, and every flaw, every piece of you. You are perfectly imperfect. And I just want to salute you in that moment. And please share that with somebody else who maybe can't do that on their own. So today,
this was a good conversation.
Exactly.
I like this.
So what was our anchor today? Self-confidence. So for those of you who are struggling, please tune in. We'll have some more tips, but our intent is to drop that anchor so that you can have the confidence that you need to move forward. Right?
Yes. And please subscribe, turn on those post notifications. We're going to be here weekly. We hope that you are here weekly with us. If you'd like to drop any topics that you want to hear about, that you have some anchors that you want to release, please put those topics in the comments, because, hey, we got some info for you. We got some experience for you. So go ahead and do that, please. And what else? Is that it?
I think that's it for today.
I'm having fun. Is that
it? It seems like the time went by so fast today.
Okay. We'll be back next week.
We'll be back with new anchors, helping you drop them. We love you.
And we out.